Jiro here for Umbra Games with a review of Halo 2 Anniversary, found on the Halo Master Chief Collection for Xbox One. Now, I've been going through the Halo games again because there are quite a few in the series I haven't played, but I've been out of Halo for so long that my friend Nightwander and I just decided to start from the beginning in the Master Chief Collection. You can catch the Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary review from the same collection already on my channel. So yeah, I think it's been since November of 2004 since I played the original Halo 2 on Xbox in a cooperative campaign with my brother. As Nightwander and I started through, I found I didn't remember a thing about it. Even with the Anniversary Edition's amazing ability to flip back and forth between the original assets and these re-rendered ones, none of the levels seem familiar. Master Chief returns in this second installment, this time with a friend, a Covenant elite on trial by the Prophets for allowing the Halo to be destroyed in the first game. He's known as the Arbiter. Throughout the game's 13 stages, you alternate control of these two as they set about their missions, Master Chief to destroy the second Halo, and the Arbiter to activate it. We are introduced to some new life forms that are part of the Covenant, including the giant furry brutes and the fairly disgusting looking Prophets. Even more disgusting now, thanks to the gorgeous, completely redone cutscenes. They didn't even bother with texture upgrades, they went the brand new full motion video route, and it might have been my favorite part of the entire game. You can flip between the old school and new ones just like you can the regular levels. They've also upgraded the music this time around, at least more noticeably, and it will also change between old and new with the press of that view button. So I'm sort of still on a personal quest to figure out all the components of a first-person shooter game that attract my attention, and also to explain what it is about Halo that people get so obsessed about. Now the first and most obvious thing, obviously, is this fleshed-out military science fiction universe that has been created. There are fans that this may be one of their first exposures to such a thing. So the revelation of there being multiple Halos, additional characters and worlds, additional events on a timeline, just all of that as an expansion to the universe can be a big pull. The second objective criteria would be level design of the game itself. Are we traveling to interesting places? Well, in Halo 2 we visit Africa in the future, we land on a second Halo with a little bit of varied up environment, and through some more Covenant ships. As I mentioned, I don't remember much of the original Halo 2, but there were several sections of the game here where we just didn't know where to go next. Sometimes we'd meet our objective and the game would wait 30 seconds to let us know that we in fact did so. Some doors glow red when you can't go through, but pink when you can. Not helping too much in color difference as a visual cue. It also just seemed like several levels just required inordinate amounts of time just standing around and waiting, making the entire experience crawl at a slow pace. I think one recent revelation I've had with shooters isn't just the variety of weapons that can and will be available, but how often those weapons actually are available. Halo 2 introduces several new Covenant weapons, including a beam rifle and a Covenant carbine, in addition to the plasma pistol, plasma rifle, and needler from Halo Combat Evolved. Players were finally able to use the beam swords that were previously restricted to Covenant elites as well. But it just felt that every time we actually stumbled upon a weapon that wasn't a plasma pistol or rifle, we just have such limited ammo. One round of a shotgun or 4 shots with a sniper rifle. Most of the time we were just left with plasma rifles. Now I will admit I did get some joy from the dual wielding of a red brute rifle and a standard blue Covenant at the same time, but when this is pretty much what you're limited to for 90% of the game, it severely reduces enjoyment. Now I don't want to undermine the improvement that dual wielding did add to the series, not to mention this was a pretty unique addition to the console shooters back in 2004, but when you're dual wielding the same weapons with the same feel in Hour 1 that you are in Hour 10, you lose that sense of character advancement. This is one of the first Halo games that started the Skull Collection, adding additional gameplay options like low gravity and blindness and increased AI. You can turn these on or off before a mission in this Anniversary Edition. I'm pretty sure they've redone all the multiplayer versus levels for those of you into that kind of thing as well. My multiplayer Halo career ended after 100 hours or so of linking Xboxes in my apartment for Combat Evolved back in the day, but please don't let that stop you. Now, I didn't really touch on it in my first review, but let's talk about the Halo Master Chief Collection as a whole. First, sometimes when you start up your session, the disc will still be in there from the last time you played, and the game won't recognize that it's even in there. Now, with as little as I actually play my Xbox One, I assure you it's not the disc that has been fingerprinted or dirty as the message describes. Secondly, joining a game session with a friend on a couple of occasions led to complete game crashes and freezes, sometimes taking up to 10 minutes just to actually get a game session started. Now, I know this collection had some pretty big issues with multiplayer when it launched, enough that they gave everyone that was paying attention a free copy of Halo ODST integrated into the collection. So just be warned if you're headed this route. So if you'd like to see some nice graphical upgrades and level textures, enemies, and full motion video cutscenes, a few new vehicles and weapons introduced, and a Covenant playable character, and you don't mind a somewhat slow-paced, often lost tromp through semi-familiar territory, using a lot of plasma to eliminate a majority of enemies we've killed before, then suit up. Master Chief and Arbiter will be waiting. Rated as a first-person shooter, Halo 2 Anniversary hits a 57 out of 100, with 50 being an average game. This is Jiro for Umbra Games. Thanks for watching. So, Halo 1 and 2 are done now, just 3 ODST and 4 to go in this collection. Subscribe for notifications of that happening, or follow me on Twitter @Umbra Games.